Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hello, Vietnam. Good morning,
Good
Vietnam.
morning, Vietnam.
Not hello.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Vietnam.
Was that a good movie?
I think so. It was back in the 80s when you just watched a movie. Robin Williams is in it. He screams into a radio mic. Put it on.
I've never seen it. So what, he's just a radio guy? He's like the incorrigible radio guy on Vietnam.
There's a lot of stern military officers who don't care for his demeanor.
Right. Kind of like a George Carlin-y.
Yeah, but then there's a weird love story where he starts plowing an Asian broad, a Viet Cong Charlie, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And, he goes into the bush, and they don't like that because it's a little friction. I think he teaches English class. I haven't seen it in a while.
Remember that old joke about the guy, he's in Vietnam with his buddy in the Foxhole, and he's like, let me check out over there. I'm going to look east or west. I'll look over there at 48-degree parallel. I'll be right back. And he runs over, and he's gone for a while, and he comes back, and there's bullets overhead, and the guy says, what'd you find out? And he goes, I don't know how to get out of here. We're probably going to die, but I saw a hot Vietnamese woman. She was dead, so I just fucked her.
Oh, wow.
And the guy,
I haven't heard this one.
the guy goes, oh, wow, you fucked her. That's crazy. He's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I went to town. I've been in the bush. I've been hiding out. I'm scared that it's raining. My feet hurt, Bubba Gump, shrimp.
Sure.
So I ate her out. I sucked her toes. I fucked her. I came in her. I waited a few minutes. I flipped her over. I fucked her in the ass. I came in her ass. And the guy
Jesus.
goes, boy, did you get head? And he goes, no, she didn't have a head.
I don't know
Remember
about
that
one. I don't know.
Yeah, she's headless. He's fucking a headless body.
All right.
Maybe I shouldn't have said she was dead.
Yes,
I don't think you're supposed to say she's dead.
Because to me, I'm like, you're already fucking a dead body. The fact she's
Yeah,
headless
yeah.
isn't enough of a turn.
Let me take it over from the top.
All right, take it again.
He said, yeah, I saw this Vietnamese woman.
Oh, wow.
She was gorgeous.
Okay, now we're talking.
Well, I don't know if gorgeous works either because the head thing. Let me do a third take.
Great body.
Oh, great body. I saw this
Okay.
Vietnamese woman. She was hiding over there.
Yes.
And, boy, I fucked her in the twat. I ate her toes. I licked her ass. Oh, did you get head? No, she didn't have a head.
Perfect. Now that's a
Yeah,
zinger.
I fucked up. I shouldn't have said she was dead. But I haven't told the joke since, 1981.
Yeah, well, we're workshopping.
Absolutely. Well, I got zilch for this episode.
Let me ask you this. What are you doing?
Gramercy?
Oh, yeah,
Gramercy,
we'll get there.
tonight, tomorrow night.
Show with it, you said.
Oh,
Tomorrow
okay.
night, Gramercy Theatre. Tickets available.
You got that right. We're going to have some hot guests, live ep. I don't know how you feel about the live ones, but we're doing it.
Oh, and by the way, tonight, I'm on the Tonight Show tonight.
What?
Yeah, tonight.
Whoa.
Tonight, whatever. Watch this and then go flick over, or you probably just watch it on YouTube. Who cares?
This is very exciting. I had no idea.
Big time. I'm going to get the suit. I'm going to go buy a suit
Suit and the roots.
and have the scuba doo boop boop dabba doo boo. I'm going to call Jimmy Jim. Hey, Jim.
Hey, what about Jimbo?
Hey, Jimbo.
I like Jimbo. That'll be fun. You're going to maybe get on that couch.
I don't know about the couch. I guess after the couch. Ian Lar was on the couch.
Yeah, I've been on the couch. Nate's been on the couch. You can get on the couch.
I'll ask to be the couch. Maybe
Couch
I
it
was on
up.
the couch. I can't remember.
Yeah, he usually waves you over, and then they go, bye-bye, and they do the fake wave, and you have to go, so, Palestine. Like, you got to fake something,
I don't think I got the wave, but I got the standing O. So that's something.
Oh, that's right, the big O.
Maybe that took up all the time. I couldn't get on the couch because of all the standing.
There you go.
And the O.
Or you could stand on the couch like Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
That was a wild moment in time when that guy had a meltdown.
So Gramercy tomorrow night, tonight, whatever, March 5th, and tonight's show is either on YouTube or you can watch it tonight depending on when you're watching.
Very exciting. Now, this will be a good test of if TV helps or if it just the internet's better.
Well, I want to make the Tonight Show cool again.
All right, good luck.
Guys like our ilk, we haven't done it. When's the last time you, me, Kramer, the butler, Sam, Stavros, Shane, none of us are doing late night.
No, you got that right. And I even asked Michael don't know if I should say his name. I asked the booker. He goes, how about a set? And I go, let me do the couch. And he goes, nah. And
Yeah.
that was like a nice trip back down to earth, and then I never gave him a set.
Well, Bill Cosby, he always did a set, and he said, I got to let him know I'm still a comedian.
That's
Once you're over the
true.
couch, now you're not a comedian. You're just a guy on the couch.
He never had any bad ideas.
No, he didn't.
Okay, you got a point there. You don't want to be on a couch with him either.
So, I'm going to go do some stuff, but I talked about this when I was in Austin with Hinchcliffe and some other people, because a lot of people are very dismissive of the late night.
Sure.
And we've talked about this years ago, but experientially, I don't care about
Agreed.
career and everything. I want to go to Bloomingdale's, buy myself a suit, put it on, check your ID at the door. You have the big
Yes.
day, and my son will be able to watch me on the Tonight Show someday. And
Prop him right up on that TV.
oh, I already do. But,
And you got the black guy with the ear thing coming down. Mr. List is coming up. You're like, woo, this guy's talking about me. And he brings you up in an elevator. It's awkward. You go, how about those Knicks? He goes, what'd you call me? And you go, sorry.
Well,
And-
exactly. It's exciting to get some nerves going. You're a
Yes.
little nervous. You got to work within the confines. And Ian Lara was like, yeah, everyone talks about how no one watches. He's like, I got 10 million views on my TikTok. Tonight Show's TikTok, Night Show's Instagram, whatever.
Wow, how about that?
And, maybe you get a corporate out of it. Maybe you sell a
Yes.
few extra. You hit some people that aren't listening to us talk about eating jizz and farting on our father's tits.
Yeah, they don't allow that bit.
But it's fun. It's like Jerry said, you're the only thing on NBC for that 5 minutes.
That's true. And I think Leno said that.
It was Leno. He said it to Jerry.
So that was my Leno. So, yeah, that's cool. And, you heard the Sebastian story.
I did.
That gives me hope because, you still go out there. You still got to hit a home run. You got one take, Jake. That's it. You can't go, let me take that again. That's it. You got to do it. You're on a tightrope.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian forgot half his act, and they edited it, and it looks great.
Yeah, I think he totally froze or something. They redid
Froze.
it. That's
brain
the story.
fart. Brain queef, gone.
So it'll be fun. You get to see Jimmy, and it was fun to submit a tape, and I'm running the set, which is exciting.
Ooh, so exciting.
Yeah, it just feels like you feel like a kid again. It's been 5 years since I did the show.
Wow.
Almost to the day. I did it in March of 2018.
Hey,
And so it'll be fun.
I'm excited. Boy, who you bringing?
Salick is going to come and pop a couple photos the way he does.
Well, be careful because I brought him last time, and they almost tased his ass.
Really?
Well, there's a 4'8" man with a Hawaiian shirt and a giant head walking around with 6 cameras on his neck, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Because he was filming me, like, "Take that again," and I would walk down the hallway, and he's like, and they got Secret Service in there, and Jimmy's walking around, so just tell him to keep a.
Should I fire him? Should I not bring him?
No, bring him in. But he gets a little loosey-goosey out there. He's like, oh, hey, is that Leanne Rhymes? Hold on there, sister. Let me get a shot of that upskirt and all this shit. So just keep a leash on him.
Well, he's fearless. That's son of an onion.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't listened to his Mindful Metal Jacket, get in on that. Yeah, I mean, have you listened to this thing?
I can't listen to a man talk.
It's something else. He pulled donuts out. He talked about his father dying. He almost cried. He gets emotional. You got to see it.
I definitely don't want to hear that.
I didn't know what to do. I was waiting for him to be funny. I was like, oh, jeez.
Well, he's not a comedian.
No, but he's funny.
He's a funny guy.
Funny face. We put a funny gag in there. Did you see it? It's quite a clip.
No. I guess I'll tune in, but I'll skip the dad dying.
I'll send you a timestamp.
Please.
Because I talked about how he acts tough, and I'm like, you don't look tough. I feel like I could beat the shit out of you. And he said, well, I got a low center of gravity. And I said, well, I've been training MMA. And he goes, well, we'll have to see. And then we just cut into me have him in an armbar. And he goes, tap, tap. It's very funny.
Oh, wow. That's great. Did you actually do it?
I mean, I put him in an armbar. We didn't actually wrestle.
Oh, that's
But
fun.
I don't think it would go well for Mr. Salicus.
Well, he does have a knife.
That's true. I don't think he would stab me, though.
Hey, well, he's a father. So are you, I guess.
Me
Two
too.
dads.
My
All
two
right,
dads. But anyways, he's coming. Matt Wayne and my niece is coming, which is fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
the niece.
she's a freshman in college. She's gonna swing on up and watch the Tonight Show.
Love it. Look, can I go back to Vietnam for a second?
Please, I'd love to go back there. They didn't get enough from us.
How much gay stuff is happening in these trenches? It's got to happen. I mean, like, statistically, there's thousands of soldiers coming in and out of there. You're not around any ladies. You're life and death. Yeah, I'm gay. I might get bombed tomorrow by a hand grenade. I'm blowing private Private?
Private Benjamin. I don't know. That's a good question because I watched Ken Burns' Vietnam doc, which I thought was masterful, and I've read a lot. I really like war and stuff, so I've watched a lot of stuff and read a lot of stuff. You don't hear too much about it.
No.
But it must have happened somewhere. It could be a good film.
Yeah.
We should write it. You and me, 69 in Vietnam. The Tuesdays, go to Vietnam. Now, there's a picture.
Now we're talking. We're in the trenches. Hey, put it in my foxhole. Okay. But it's got to have happened. I mean, look at prison. These guys are out there for years. You go to prison for 6 weeks, I'm blowing a guy.
Well, no, it's the reverse. I think Vietnam, Trench Reznor, I think Vietnam, it's like a 16-month stint. Prison's like life.
Okay, but I think they go gay pretty quick.
They do, but they know it's a life sentence. So they're like, I got a rape stat. I think in Vietnam they had the girls back home, the pinup and the thing.
Right.
And
yeah, vagina is like a beacon. It like gets you out of that war.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think they had prostitutes and the headless lady, but there must have been someone blowing somebody. This movie's coming, by the way.
It's coming right on my back. Hey, well, I didn't want to throw a trench in the gears, but it's got to be out there.
Yeah, it must have happened, and because they got gay cowboy movies, several of them.
Yeah.
So I think gay war.
Also, statistically, we've had a gay president.
What do you mean?
Well, we've had, 46, 45?
Well,
Prez?
Lincoln slept with men, they said. It might have been gay.
He also went to the theater.
Yes, he did.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it was a musical, but what was the show he saw? My American Dream or This American Life?
This Morning Jacket.
Yankee Doodle Dandy. Something. Can you look that up? It's some kind of patriotic.
American Beauty.
My American Farts.
American Splendor.
This American Life.
America the Beautiful.
Red, White, and Blue. My Fair Lady.
Our American Cousin.
Our American Cousin. That was close.
Incest.
I knew it was America something.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think he slept with guys. He was a little homo-y.
I didn't know that.
But I don't think he's gay. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah. All right. What about the Hoover guy?
J. Edgar Hoover. Well, he wore dresses. Did he
Yeah.
suck off people?
Well, I'm going with Hoover. That's where they got it, I think. But, yeah, he wore dresses. He was in a high heel.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely wasn't Kennedy, and it definitely wasn't Clinton.
No.
They liked the clam.
But it is possible that there hasn't been
That's true.
a gay.
That's true.
Obama, I bet, could be gay.
Big Mike.
He's cool. He's hip, and he was, he got gay marriage, law of the land. So
That's
he's
true.
Sympathetic to the cause.
He's on the vineyard. He's got a hot chef who died.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
But yeah, I don't know. Gay Vietnam is something.
Gay Nam.
But also, what are the chances that you got another gay in your unit? Because it's not just enough to be gay. You got to find another gay.
Yeah, they can sniff it out, those gays. They got the gaydar.
Yeah, and that's a tough situation if you're throwing out, hey, what if we fuck?
Right.
And the
Darth
guy's
Gaydar.
like, what'd you say to me, motherfucker?
That's
and then
true.
they put his head in the trough.
Yeah, especially in the 70s, too.
Yes.
They might have put a what do you call that? Bayonet up your ass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought about this, and this is too offensive to do a bit about, but everybody's like, hey, Michelle Obama might run. That's no good. She's got no experience. But who's scarier than a black lady? Hey, Putin. Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
But experience. She lived in the White House.
True.
She's got more experience than Trump had when he got elected.
Good point.
He never lived in the White House.
No.
She spent 8 years blowing the president.
Even when he got president, he didn't live in the White House.
That's right. He was like, this sucks.
Yeah, I got Mar-a-Lago downtown.
Mar-a-Lago and the penthouse over there on Fifth Avenue.
The Pent.
Which is a hell of a spot.
Is it?
I mean, I've never been in there, but you walk by and you're like, that's
yeah.
pretry nice.
Columbus Circle. I see. What's funny is that's right on Columbus Circle, right by the park.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, what am I thinking?
No, there's a Trump Tower over there. That's not where he lives. He lives on the Trump on Fifth Avenue and 56th Street. I think.
Really?
Yeah, right on Fifth. You've walked by it a million times.
Guy's got a lot of real estate.
Yeah, he did pretty well for himself.
And he puts his name on it.
Yes, he does.
There's the Taj Mahal.
Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had the skatey park there, the pond.
Oh, the ice skate.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, he's done all right. This is a little laugh and learn, folks.
Well, maybe a little learn. What?
That was a laugh.
Okay. What happened to your foot here?
Trent Reznor. Well, I'm still working this fucking wart, which everyone keeps telling me, put Elmer's glue, come on it, shove it in your dad's ass. I'm going to the doctor, the hot doctor. I've talked about it before.
Oh, I love the hot foot doc.
She is just gorgeous and sweet and nice and helpful. My wife is like, you got to have surgery. Fuck this. Because it's excruciating. It's a plantar wart right on the nerve. And it shoots up my toe. It radiates, Jay.
I hate a radiator.
It's fucking awful. I walk, I run, I got to take my shoe off and give myself a rub. I'll give Audrey a quarter too, Audrey.
Sure.
It's so bad. And I was in Texas for a week, so I ran every day, and I would just be limping around after.
So you just feel it every run. Every time the foot hits the cement, you feel it.
Well, the run isn't so bad because it's minimal time. It's the walk after the run because it jams up in there, and it's a big radiation.
Sure.
And it's in there. It's in a bad spot. But the doctor, I was like, listen, I think we got to do surgery. And she's like, I can do that, but it's going to be awful. You got to be stitches, and you got to stay off your feet for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Now, you know me, still the same old G, but I've been low-key. I'm not a get-off-my-feet guy.
No, sir. And your gig literally requires standing.
I'm stand-up comic, and I run and walk and bounce. For those that don't know me, I don't sit still.
No.
I'm a jumpy, bouncy, fucking crazy retard.
You're Tigger. Tigger, please.
I mean, my heart stopped. I was we're going to get thrown out of here.
Well,
Tigger's fun. He bounces.
He's a character. Yeah, he's bouncy. He's funny. He's full of life. He's positive.
I haven't thought of Tigger in a long time.
Oh, I think of Tiggers all day. My neighborhood, full of them.
Yeah. Anyways, he's got
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a fun one, but all I got is the please. That's been done. We've done that.
I hope I didn't Tigger you.
Tiggers with attitudes.
That counts.
Anyways, let's move on.
You're
I just
crazy
heard
Tigger.
I just heard a door slam. But anyway, so I went there, and she's like, the surgery. She's like, just stay the course. And see, I wonder though, because it's $50 a whack every time I go there, and it's
Yeah.
quite painful because they blast it's nitrogen on my tits.
Jesus.
But she's like, it's getting better, I swear to God. But I'm like, I'm still dealing with the same thing. And Sarah's like, fuck this bitch. I hate her. You're just going there to cheat on me. You
Sure.
got to fire her. Go to see a man and get him to cut your toes off. But I'm trusting the doctor. I'm trusting the process. I'm staying the course.
Yeah, and $50 is going to be a lot cheaper than Surge.
Exactly.
Also, now here's a question. Let's say she fixed your foot and you guys just had a hot moment of passion in the doctor's office. You throw her up on the butcher paper. You're going at it. You kick the stool out of the way. You're putting popsicle sticks up in her vagina, shaking her temperature. And then she charges you for the bill for the foot. Is that prostitution?
No.
I guess not.
No, that's for the it's for the bill. If she charged me for the foot and then added a $300 surcharge and said, "Hey, you plowed me,"
Yeah.
that's prostituting.
Okay.
But you really got my head in where it needs to be. I mean, that's hot stuff.
Hot little image there.
Well, when I was a kid, that was that one of your that was like my number one fantasy when I was a boy, because the doctor, I don't know, I had a female doctor as a boy, and she would rub over here, and then she would lift my underwear just to kind of look around to make sure my dick was there.
Yeah.
And I remember that would be like a hot jerk-off thing, was like the doctor's like, let's make sure this works.
Oh,
Tips it around. She's like, we want to make sure the blood flows there, gets me hard, and then jerks me off or fucks me. Did you ever have that?
I totally get that. Although I went into counseling.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot. I don't know if I've told this story, but I was drinking a lot, and my dad caught me drinking, and he found a bunch of booze in my room, and he's like, "That's it, you're going to counseling," which was his way of dealing with it. And I was hungover out of my mind. He just dropped me off at a doctor's office, and she was like, "Does your dad hit you? Why are you drinking so much?" And my first thought was like, maybe I can nail my dad here. Be like, "Yeah, he hits me. Put him in jail," but I didn't want to fuck dad over. And then she goes, "Well, let me do some vitals." She did the she did the temperature, she did the pulse, and then she just put her hand in my pants and felt around.
Whoa.
And she was like, "All right, you're good." And I was like, "Ah." I was 14. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, that to me is still the hottest thing, because you're alone. Any one-on-one with a woman, there's something a little bit
Of course.
spicy. And at the doctors now, they don't do one-on-one because of Me Too. So there's always a second lady, but she's just a hot lady too.
Yeah, that ain't helping. Now it's a foursome.
Now you're
Or threesome.
4. There you go. But now, unless you count the wart, but the warden. But you're in there and you're like, there's something hot about it. And the longer you're married, the more you're like, it's just me and a woman over here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say the same for the chambermaid.
Ah.
Esmeralda's in the bedroom, and you're like, you go. I'll be brushing my teeth in the bathroom, and she's doing the fluffing pillows, and you're like, she's right there.
I've had that idea before too. Is you take the do not disturb in my younger days. You take the do not disturb off, and then you're like, you just happen to be jerking off, and you go, whoa, and she goes, hey.
I've had the same.
But
in real life, though, when that happens, you're like, you don't handle it like a cool guy. You're not like, what's up? You're not like Drake. You're like,
yeah, no, it's hard to jerk off not embarrassing to me.
Yes,
Because I'm like going
yes.
300 miles an hour. I use my fingertips, no lube. I got my toe in my ass. It's not pretty.
Same. I bite the drapes. It's weird.
Now, can you jerk off in the shower? Because every film I ever watched, someone's jerking off in the shower. Mitch Fatel had a great joke. He's like, I can't because my knees buckle and I ripped the shower curtain down, which always made me laugh. I've never been a jerk off in the shower guy ever in my whole life.
I've done it. One time I went on a vacation with my dad, and I had to get some relief, and I had to jerk off in the shower. But it takes 4 times as long. There's some weird friction with the water. There's hard water, soft water, which I still don't understand.
No.
I was soft water. And, I just down the drain, but it's rare. And to me, it's a last resort.
Yeah, I guess it's only if you're sharing a room with a buddy who's not cool. You gotta go. I guess soap could work, but then you can get soap in your dick hole, which will burn for a decade.
No, thank you.
And then the knees buckling is a thing. I need to be laying down on my back to come.
Oh, I can do it standing. That's kind of hot. You're really grinding away in a La Quinta.
Just standing?
Yeah, you're up and at 'em. You're like an ape.
Well, you know what's his toes said? Why stand when you can sit?
Churchill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which would have been funnier if Roosevelt said that. Because he was in the wheelchair.
Good point.
Yeah.
Then there was one where he's like, golf ruins a good walk, which I liked.
Oh, that's funny.
I think that was also him.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was all right. A lot of people hated him, but he
Sure, of
saved
course.
England.
Yeah.
And he drank like 10 glasses of gin a day. He was one of those guys.
Yeah, he thought you're supposed to be lubricated. I went to the Churchill Museum in London. That's a hell of a museum.
Oh, really?
If you're ever there, get your ass down there. It's like the Churchill war rooms. And you go in the basement, and you're like, this is where Churchill was, writing or whatever.
I think he was a laughing stock. He was kind of out of the business, and they were so desperate for any kind of good leadership that they were like, let's try this piece of shit, and he ended up saving the world.
Right, because that Chamberlain was a real queef.
Yeah, everybody hated the
He stunk.
chambermaid.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, those were dark days, and we're in dark days now. But we're gonna pull through, folks. We're resilient.
Absolutely. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, we got a lot of people coming in. What is it, 3 million migrants this year?
I have no idea.
I think it's up there.
They're all down at the bottom of our building here.
Yeah. You know who killed the most migrants or deported the most people?
Oh, tell me.
Obama.
There you go.
Hey, they called him like Mr. Deportation or something.
Nice work. Well, where you been? You been on the road or what's going on?
I've been all over, up, down, right, left. I went to... Now, this is a fucking kick in the Wharton Business School. So I did Boise
Hey.
to Salt Lake to home.
Okay.
Now, Boise, underrated, cute town, great comedy crowd. We sold that puppy out because when you go to Boise?
By the way, one of 4 states I've never been to. Or 5. Maybe it's 5 states.
Idaho.
Never been to Idaho. I've been close. I've been Spokane.
Right.
Right there, but never quite made it to Idaho.
Sweet, friendly people. Everybody's friendly there because every dude is 6'7", big, fat, corn-fed white guy named Tyler who likes to hike.
That sounds right up my asshole.
A lot of Patagonia, a lot of LLB, a lot of, what do you call that, Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? A lot of boots and khakis and fleeces.
Well, I've heard that one place up in the north, not far from east of Spokane, it's got a French name. It's supposed to be like the best town in the world. A lot of rich hockey coaches live there. Cul-de-sac. Can you look that up? Something French, Idaho. Northern Idaho, water.
Oh, Baruch.
I think it's a C.
Oh.
Cul-de-du.
Well, there's
Côte d'Ivoire.
Bachwan.
Look up Idaho wealthy. I can find it on Google
Balkans?
Maps.
No.
No, the Balkans.
Well, there's a French tribe moved to Idaho and started a thing.
I'm gonna find it real.
Coeur d'Alene?
That's it.
probably it.
Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene?
Coeur d'Alene. That's it.
Coeur d'Alene.
That's supposed to be the fucking spot over
Is
there.
that right?
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene.
Well, the scenery there is lunch. It is tip top. You look out the window, it's just snowy mountains and forest and fat chicks.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, we should move to Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene.
That's what I heard.
Coeur d'Alene Maxwell. All right, so Boise is such a cum guzzler to get to. I had to leave a night early, which you know I hate doing.
That's why we had to move the podcast.
Thank you for doing that. But yeah, leave the house at noon on Thursday. I think I landed at 11 p.m.
Oof.
Brutal. And then you just land. You're like, all right. I meet up with Andy Haynes the next morning. He's like, I got in early. I set up my own show. I headlined. I was like, oh wow, good for you.
Nice.
I landed and just conked.
Is there a party that likes flying out the day before? I love flying when I don't have anything. It's a
Yeah.
good feeling because you're like, if there's a delay, whatever. I'm
That's
just gonna
true.
go home, jerk off in the shower, watch TV, and then eat the cum out of the drain.
Yeah, it is very relaxing, but I also have that like I'm wasting a day of my life. I'm gonna die a day earlier. I got that evil in me.
Yeah, I was just at therapy talking about this.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not good.
It's not good, and it doesn't make sense, and it's a waste of time to think about because it's
know.
happening anyway. So shut the fuck up, you queef.
Exactly.
All right, so get to the old Boise. You get a good night's sleep. By the way, what'd you do for Valentine's?
I don't do anything for Valentine's Day.
Smart.
Don't believe in it. I did the podcast in my basement, and then Sarah did 2 spots. I watched the baby. Which is the
Okay.
nicest gift you can give a mother, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
You go do spots. I don't. I think it's made up. It's horse shit, and I treat my baby good all year round.
There you go.
I'm
You
one of
don't-
those guys.
You don't need a coupon book to go, here's one free foot massage, you
Yeah.
fat whore. So we went out to dinner. This lady goes, hey, if you do my show, I'll get you dinner. So she bought us dinner at this place, Rule of Thirds. Very nice.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
It's like a hot, sexy place, and then we did a show in the back room, and we both bombed. And then
Nice.
then we got shithoused and had the craziest Valentine's bang of all time.
Oh, that's nice.
But then you wake up and you're like, oh, I can barely move, and I had to fly to Boise.
now, what does crazy banging entail? What are we talking?
I'm
Tight
talking-
shoes, mouth play,
No.
ball play.
Saying horrible things, flipping each other over, squirting, eating every hole, toys, fisting, jizzing, facial stuff. It's pretty wild.
It really does get hard. No pun intended.
Yeah.
After a while, because you're just like, can you put on a wig,
I
please?
know.
Can you tape your eyes back? And,
Yes.
and
Can you
call
be
me?
a man?
Yes, exactly. Can you strap something on? Can you just put on a pair of boots and step on my balls until they break? It is
Something.
hard.
Yeah.
You got to keep it spicy, and we're only in our 40s.
I know.
Early. We got a long way to go. I mean, I'm going to be fucking this woman for another 40 years.
It's a horrible system. It's a bad idea, and it's antiquated.
It's I got to put her in a wheelchair. I'm hoping she grows a beard, something.
Oh, now we're talking.
Eye patch. I don't know.
Do something. Yeah. Get a haircut, get a mohawk, a swastika tattoo, a peg leg, something.
That's why you had that.
I had that. Boy. I was living good. She couldn't get away.
Somehow you let her get away. And that's what's great about pregnancy is you get like 4 months of fucking a fat bitch.
Oh, it's a good point.
It's where their cans are huge and then they come fast. So it's
Really?
like different. Yeah. So you go pregnant. I'm thinking about having a second kid just so I can have a fat lady in my house again.
I like it. Hey, get that fat bitch back on the bed.
I'm like feeding her cupcakes and stuff, not because I'm into fat women. In fact, I find them vile and I despise them. But after a while of having sex with a petite woman, you're like, give me fat.
Right.
I'm putting blackface on her, for God's sakes.
Something. You need variety. Yeah, maybe a scar.
And by the way, I'm no picnic either. And women have more options. I've talked about this before. They can put in pigtails, short hair, long hair, eyeshadow.
Yeah, this is all you're getting.
I don't have anything. I can get like a mustache or clean shaven. No one wants to see me clean shaven.
No, we're eating here.
I know. By the way, I'm about to make a short film with Sam Rubinoff again. He's like, I want you clean shaven. You're playing a lawyer. I'm like, what are you, crazy? Every
Lawyers-
comment is like, look at his face. Look at these teeth. Fuck yeah. I need to grow like a fucking ZZ Top beard.
Wait, Who is this guy? He's like he's playing God over here. This Sam Rubinoff.
Rubinoff, he's a hell of a filmmaker. Would make it a film. It's me and Feehan are married, by the way.
Oh, wow.
That's exciting.
That's worth it for the Feehan alone.
I know. I keep being like, this movie could use a sex scene. I don't know what we're doing here. And
There you go.
he's like, shut up. You're a piece of shit.
You're
Your
a
wife hates
lawyer.
you.
Yeah, she can sit on my face in the courtroom. Feels like it's good for the plot.
Might be funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's worth trying in the rehearsal.
Worth trying. I object. All right.
But anyways, yeah, he's like, hey, you shave your face, and I want to kill myself. I might just break the razor and be like, shit.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. I mean, it's going to be a horror film. Okay. So I'm in Boise. We do this show, killer show. We had a great time. Me and Haynes. Haynes, one of my oldest pals in comedy, so it's good to be back, chopping it up. I'm learning about him and Rosebud and the baby, and he's giving me tips and marriage and the whole thing. And then the clinker. We got a 6-hour drive from Boise to Salt Lake.
Oh, yikes.
So I said, that's crazy. That's too much. Let's fly. Each flight $1,000.
Yikes.
That'll get you. That's what it costs to fly to Barcelona. $1,000.
Right.
So you're like, Boise to SLC is a fucking $1,000 each.
Why is Salt Lake City so expensive to fly to? I don't get it. It's
Because
a hub.
It's Boise. It's not the Salt Lake. It's the Boise of it all.
But I had a $700 flight to Salt Lake City last year, or whatever
Really?
year, from JFK. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe it's
get
a
it.
hot spot. I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but that was a kick in the dick. And then we did Salt Lake, and probably one of the prettiest venues I've ever done. I know I said that last week, but this was up there. Just so cool to do Wise Guys over and over, and then just boom, you graduated to this, and killer crowd. Haynes crushed it. They were great. And then we went out and got dinner. Now, this is where it gets funky.
Oh, boy.
We went out and got dinner, and then, hey, Keith Stubbs, where should we go? This is the best place in town. That's a great spot. We end up eating at the hotel. Easy, convenient.
Sure.
Then we have a drink at the bar. Soccer game's on, UFC's on, whatever. Haynes is sober. He's like, I'm going to bed. I go, me too. Early flight in the morning. I get up to my room, and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm up here. I'm bored. I'm going to go get a nightcap. I'm going to be like a Mad Men guy, I can get it. I'm an adult. I'm 40. I'm getting a nightcap.
This is trouble.
I go down there. The bar's empty, but one guy,
Okay.
tour manager.
Ah.
He also went upstairs. So we both, independently of each other, went back down for a nightcap.
Interesting.
And he's having a Bailey's on the rocks, and I go, what the hell are you doing here? I kind of felt betrayed. Like, oh, you're drinking without me? And he's like, you went to bed. And I was like, so did you. And he's like, I wanted a nightcap. And I said, so do I.
This is awkward.
So now we're drinking, and he goes, we'll do a shot. It was a great weekend. Cut to 4 a.m, just two idiots headlocking each other, walking down the hall, telling war stories and racist jokes. And I wake up, beep, 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 beep. Oh, I want to kill myself. I go downstairs. Haynes is doing jumping jacks and making a hemp necklace. And he's like, where the hell you been? And we go to the airport. I was so fucking hungover. I had an American flight. One of the worst airlines in history.
We should bleep the name.
Yeah, we should.
I'm offended.
It's sad that the airline of our country is such a fucking dick cheese operation.
Well, it's not like it's a government airplane. They just took the name America.
I know.
Delta is the national airline, baby.
Is it?
Delta. I
Delta's
don't
the
think
best.
it's actually a national airline, but
There
they're
should
the
be.
best.
Yeah, we got a state bird.
It is weird that there's no public flight transportation.
Oh, yeah.
There should be. You take the M140 from New York to Charlotte.
I guess it's too dangerous. We'll put your dumb ass on a bus, but now we're not putting your poor ass in the sky.
I guess it's a good point. It's all privatized. Is that what they mean, privatized?
Privatized, yeah.
I think so.
And then what is the private sector?
The private sector, that means like it's not publicly traded, I think.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know about that.
Private sector?
It sounds like a dirty part.
I know. I got a private sector right
My
here.
taint is what's what I call my taint.
Yeah, private sector is the part. It's the part of a country's economic system that's run by individuals and companies rather than a government entity.
Ah.
So it's like a mom and pop.
Yeah.
Private sector just sounds so small,
But
like the private sector,
so-
but it's actually a ton of thousands of businesses.
So then Delta's the private sector.
I guess
It's not
so.
run by the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know if that counts as a sector, right? Does that count as a sector or is it like a place? Is it like a location? It's
No.
a part. It says a part of the country's economic system. So I don't know if it could be just one individual business.
I think it is. I think they're part of the private.
Now I'm
sector.
working in the private sector. I think
Yes.
you're like a governor for
Yeah.
20 years, and now you move to the private sector. You're like a lawyer, or you're
Yeah.
a librarian, or an ice cream man.
Yes, yes. They just make it sound so a private sector. It sounds like a part of a spaceship.
Oh yeah, it says sole proprietorships, like privately run, but it says small businesses. It doesn't say like big business like Delta. It says
Delta might be
Yeah.
a corporation.
I think you run your own business. Like this guy's part of the private. We're private sector.
We're private sec.
Yeah. Nobody knows about our sector.
No,
private.
very anonymous.
PRIVACY.
So yeah, got on that fucking American flight. I was so hungover, and you dream of the lounge, Jerry. You know, at the beginning of the airport, you're like, I'm gonna get a Bloody Mary, go into that lounge, get a couple chocolate chip cookies, eat out my dad. And then I go to the American lounge. They're like, you're not a member. And I was like, oh yeah, I never fly American. So I go, how much to sign up for the lounge? They go, 800 simoleons.
I've been in this spot before.
And I go, well, it's still cheaper than a Boise flight to SLC, but not gonna do that. 800. And they go, how many miles? They go, 150. And I go, how many do I have? And they go, 600. And I go, do it. So I got
Wow.
in the lounge.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so now I'm all lounge all day, ever across the board, private sector. And boy, that flight was long and arduous.
Yeah.
No TV.
Oh,
It's American.
American sucks. America blows.
It sucks. What are we doing? It's called American. Make it fat. Fat people. I want a dessert cart. I want fentanyl. I want shootings. Something American.
You got to make it more American. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to have,
Give me Lizzo flying that thing.
Give me some
Something. Put
some
some rims
migrants
on it.
and some,
Yeah.
social media clips.
Yes. Give me an influencer as the stewardess. Give me something.
Some pie. I'm excited to get back on the road. I'm going on the road this weekend. I haven't been on the road proper in so long. I went to Tacoma, but I brought the family, and we stayed with Derek. And I went to Austin for a week, but I brought the family. This is going to be an old school, me and Matt Wayne on the flight, which, by the way, you fly with a child and wife and the luggage and I sound like Cosby, and the pills and the toys
Yeah.
and the pills. And now it's like swinging two bats. Now I'm going to fly by
Yes,
myself.
Exactly.
And I'm like, this is easy peasy Japanesey.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. No, you're gonna have a blast. There's nothing better. That's the beauty of the road. Is that independence? Is that freedom? Is that you shake the weights off and it's just you?
I love it. And I also realized I did Grove last night. I got nothing new. I haven't written a joke since 1985 because I write on the road. That isolation. You're on the plane. You're in the hotel.
Yes.
You got to come up with something to say. You're like, I'll say this. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
When you're with the family and you're walking around, you're just not in that mode.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't you find? Because Sarah always talks about how she writes when she's hanging out with friends, because she's telling stories and thinking of funny stuff to say. I'm the complete reverse.
I am too.
I write when I'm isolated.
Same.
When I'm hanging out, we're catching up. I'm being like, you should have seen how bad this comic was. Why does that comic suck so bad?
Yeah.
Why doesn't that girl want to blow me?
Sure.
Even though I'm married. And so we're doing that. But when you're by yourself, you're like, what's up with people that wear their hair like that?
Yes.
The people that wear their hair like that should be shot. I'll write that down.
Well, the problem is, I think a lot of people we're in the minority here.
Yeah.
Because I think it takes a little discipline to sit down and go, the hair's weird. Let me write about this lady, and it doesn't come as easily. But the hanging out, you say something funny, you go, oh, I'll write that down. I said a funny thing, but I don't like that. It's too situational.
Right.
You got to go up there and go, I have a microphone. So I was hanging out with some friends, and then she said this, and I said that, and then I was funny.
Right.
I like an observation.
Yeah, observation is good. Well, also one-on-one hang, which is what the road is like now, because you have your opener. Then you're telling stories at least. So you're
Sure.
thinking you're thinking about yourself, but you're also with someone else, and you're like, wait, what's going on with this guy? And then they go, that's
Yeah.
pretty funny. Which we've talked about before. Half my bits are things I've said 550 times, and people just go, why don't you say that on stage?
Sure.
I still don't recognize a bit.
Yeah, me neither.
It's crazy.
I try it sometimes, and it bombs.
Yeah.
So it's a little frustrating.
But sometimes you're like, I haven't mined anything for a while.
I love a mime.
Yeah. I like a
'Cause-
mime, too. They're kind of fun.
Yeah, as long as they keep their mouth shut.
Hey, folks. This episode of Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Blue Chew. If you're soft, don't be hard on yourself. Get back in the game with Blue Chew. Blue Chew sends ED medicine straight to your door. Blue Chew is totally online. You'll get a digital consultation, with a physician, and then everything is sent right to your door in a discreet package. I love the way this works. It's badass. You don't even have to tell your partner about it.
The best.
You can just hit them up, get the medicine sent to you, or not medicine, whatever you want to call it, the help.
Yes.
Get the help you need. They send it to you. You take it. You're going to be off the charts, ready to perform. All discreet, all easy. They make it easy. Blue Chew offers the same ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, all at a fraction of the cost. Get ready to have tons of money and have awesome sex. Whoa, that's exactly what I want in my life. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. Blue Chew's got a special deal for Tuesdays. With Stories listeners, Tuesdays, try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Tuesdays at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Tuesdays to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you.
You got that right. Hey, Tuesday Stories brought to you by Raycon. Whether I'm taking a walk, waiting in line at the grocery store, or getting stuff done around the house, Raycon everyday earbuds are always with me. I love that they have 3 customizable sound profiles so I can fine-tune my experience, and the gel tips are designed to fit comfortable right in the ear bowl. It's awesome to have a pair of earbuds that actually feel great and have amazing audio quality. You got to have it, folks, for the pods. I listen to about 78 pods a day. I need it. I love it. I like having stuff going in my ears all day long. You should, too. Get yourself some good pods because you're going to need it. Just invest. And these are really nice. At half the price of other premium audio brands, Raycon is the best. They've got 8 hours of playtime. 32-hour battery life. No matter what you're up to, Raycons are ready to keep you entertained. Go to raycon.com/Tuesdays to get 20% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. Wow. That's right. 20% off and free shipping. Buy raycon.com/Tuesdays. BUYRAYCON.com/Tuesdays.
Folks, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you don't set time aside to achieve your goals, it's going to be really hard to accomplish them. BetterHelp's online therapy helps you learn to set boundaries, work towards the best version of yourself, and ensure that you're spending time on the things that mean the most to you. Mark, you love therapy. Don't you love therapy?
Love therapy. You need it. You got to do it. We're all doing it.
I love it. I go. God, please tell me Chuck's going. Therapy is the best. I go, I see Alan, but this is even easier than Alan. I mean, Alan, I got to go all the way down to Union Square. I got to bump into someone in the office. That's the worst. You come out, you've been crying and sobbing about your father. You walk out and, Gary Gulman's there. He's been listening the whole time.
A little awkward.
Favorite comic all time. If you're thinking of starting therapy, definitely give BetterHelp a try. It's totally online, so you can talk to your therapist from the comfort of your own home, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Just take a quick quiz to get started. Tell them about what brought you to BetterHelp and what you're looking for in a therapist, and they'll match you up with someone. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. Let's go ahead and get back to the show.
Hear, hear. But the problem with the hanging out bits is I don't find them as relatable, and it's never a great take. I think if you're alone really mining, you get a take. You get an angle on something. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm generalizing.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes a group hang, you can come up with something, but I'm just too busy hanging out with the group. And we've talked about this before, too. Like the bachelor party weekend or the wedding weekend, I don't need to come up with jokes because I'm being funny in a different way.
Yeah.
We're being funny by shitting on each other.
Right.
Or telling stories, old stories that aren't bits.
Yeah.
And you're like, so now I don't need that vehicle.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting it through hanging out with you.
Good
Instead
point.
of come up with bits, I'm like, remember that time you fucking sucked me off in the shower with those 2 fat ladies?
Do I?
You know what I mean?
I neglected them and blew you. But yeah, it's like with DeRosa at the bachelor party. He tried to light his fart on fire, and his balls got singed or whatever. And it's funny, and we're all laughing, and we're making fun of his sack. But that doesn't read on stage. To
No.
me. And that's my problem with the hanging out bits.
Right. We got to get a good hang going again.
We need a hang. I mean, this is we're like on a, what do you call that? Life support when we hang out here, because I'm like, oh, we got to go do the pod, and we're getting so into it, and the clock's ticking.
I know. Well, the thing is, if we didn't have podcasts, none of us would see each other. That's the sad truth. You know.
I know. And then the baby, and I might have a baby, and Chuck's gay, so it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's not easy. So that's why I do these Grove 34s, because you get a few people over,
That's
and you
true.
start hanging out.
True that.
Which is also funny, because now I have people that are like, I want to see the baby, and you're like, okay, well, look at the baby, but I haven't hung out with the humans, so
Yeah.
don't be talking to that baby.
Yeah.
Tell me your stories.
Lay it on me, fatty. And I'm such a nerd that I'll go on the road with some open micer, and I'm like, oh, we got a 4-hour car ride. And in my head, I'm like, we're going to talk. We're going to hang out for 4 hours. I'm excited. So that's good, too.
I can't wait. I mean, me and Wayne, I mean, on the 4th of July, that's a song lyric. I can't wait. It's like I'm like really pumped to just sit, hang out. Plus, I work out more. I'm like, let's go do push-ups. Let's go to the gym. Let's go to the movie. I've been to the movies since 1985. I'm like, I'll see anything.
I'll say anything.
Great film.
There you go.
In
Boombox.
your eyes, the
that
light,
him?
the heat. Yeah,
Ah.
Peter Gabriel.
Then there's Richard Marx.
Oh, that's a totally different guy.
There's a lot of one guy. Rod Stewart, Richard Marx, Peter Gabriel.
But Richard Marx is not in that. He
Who's he?
stinks.
He stinks?
Yeah, Richard Marx is like your parents' music.
Give me a hum a few bars, fatty.
Richard Marx, I think, I will be right there waiting wherever you go, whatever it may. He sucks.
Plays at the
Richard
salon
Marx
when
is
my
like,
mom gets a snip.
yeah, Richard Marx sucks. Rod Stewart's in the faces. Rod Stewart fucking kicks ass.
All right.
And then he went disco-y and gay.
Yeah,
but like Rod
yeah.
Stewart with the faces fucking rules.
And there's Billy
And
Idol.
Peter Gabriel was in Genesis. Peter Gabriel fucking kicks ass.
What was that guy with the long... Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton, he's more Richard Marx. Richard Marx, Michael Bolton are in this pile.
got
Peter
it.
Gabriel and Rod Stewart are over here. But Stewart above Gabriel.
What's Gabriel?
Gabriel was in Genesis, and he had
Give me a hit.
Strawberry Hill. Scoop it up.
Yeah, that's a
I
catchy
can take
tune.
those city lights.
Yeah, catchy.
And then he
Gabriel.
had In Your Eyes, the light, the heat. And then he had Don't Give Up. That one with Kate Bush.
Yeah, I feel like these aren't really great lyrics. They just really belt them.
No, he
Don't
can belt.
give up. There's nothing to this.
Well, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful song.
right.
That song will really get you. If you're ever on the road alone, put on "Don't Give Up," Peter Gabriel. You'll start weeping.
All right.
It's
all
a
right.
weepy wanderer.
The
Now-
80s were not great.
Now, everyone kind of sucked a lit in the '80s, but there's also great '80s music. I mean, the Clash did their best stuff in
Sure.
the '80s, and the Cure
The
fucking
Cure's great.
rules, and
I like the Talking Heads. I know you don't love them, but I also like Tears for Fears a little bit.
yeah, that '80s stuff is fun and good. Then you have Guns N' Roses comes out in the
Sure.
'80s, and I even like Poison and all those gay bands. Metallica was fucking tearing it up in the '80s, so there's good '80s. But bands that ruled in the '70s got cheese dick in the '80s.
And a lot of the early 90s stuff is great, but that was born in the 80s.
Sure, of course.
You know, you got your like your Pearl Jams and your Silver Chairs and your Nirvanas. They all started, probably 87.
Well, Silverchair was like 6 in the '80s.
Ah.
They were 14 when they came out, which
Chili
is crazy.
Peppers.
Chili Peppers were big in the '80s.
Were they?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
but
She drives me crazy.
hoo, hoo, hoo.
That was 80s.
I can't help
myself.
What's that? That might have been 90s.
I'm
That might have been
telling you.
90, 91.
I'm thinking late 80s.
Drives me crazy, and I can't help myself.
Boy, that's a catchy
If that's, it's either 89 or 90.
88?
What do you say?
I'm
Final
gonna
answer.
say I'm gonna say
going-
91.
All right. I'm going 88, 89.
89.
Oh, I knew it was right there.
I just made it. But that means they probably wrote it in 87.
But yes, there's some fucking killer shit in the 80s, and then you have like Danzig,
Oh, I love Danzig.
Social Distortion in the 80s,
Yeah.
Pogues in the 80s. I mean, these are some of the
Misfits.
best bands ever that were coming
Iron
out of the
Maiden's
80s.
great.
So, yeah. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, there's Rod Stewart. There's a lyric where he says, "You're gonna need a shot of vitamin E by the time you're finished with me." I always thought that was a fun turn of phrase, like he was singing vitamin, and I just found out British people just say vitamin.
Right.
Like I thought he did a clever thing where instead of saying vitamin, he said vitamin, and I was like, what a fun lyric.
Why is that clever?
Well, just to like, it's fun to like say a word wrong, like in a cool way. You're gonna need a shot of vitamin E by the time you finish with me.
Right.
And it was like 10 years later that I was like, oh, they just say vitamin.
Yeah.
It's just a fun way of saying, say a word
Sure.
incorrectly is like funny.
It's like aluminum.
Yeah.
Wait.
But that's aluminium. That's how they say it.
Aluminium?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Yeah.
There you go.
And, but yeah, Rod Stewart fucking ruled. Faces kick ass. The drunkest band ever, too.
Really?
They say, yeah. It's like, I guess all of them at some point fucking passed out drunk during a show at different times. Which is pretty fun. And Ooh La La rules. And,
Oh, Ooh La La is great.
and yeah.
Did Madonna just pass out on a? I think Madonna ate shit on stage, which is you got to give that a goog. She's like 77 years old, so that's risky. She could crumble like a T-1000.
I love 80s Madonna, too.
Oh,
And early 90s.
Love 80s Madonna.
And she's the hottest. Cyndi Lauper fucking rules.
Oh, I like Weird
Money
Al.
changes everything. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah, a dancer fell on her.
Oh, never
Jesus
mind.
Christ.
Hope
Yeah.
it wasn't one of Lizzo's.
My God.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It says Madonna laughs off onstage fall after
Okay.
dancer trips and drops her.
Oh,
And then
all
I
right,
guess
that's
she
fine.
fell on top. I think she's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
She's got to be up there. I think the plastic surgery. She's got so much Botox and shit. She's probably stiff as a board.
I also love, like, Kenny Loggins is fun.
Oh.
Scumming up your engine, shoving into overdrive. Highway through the danger zone.
It's also weird, like they're remaking Roadhouse.
Yeah.
With Gyllenhaal.
Uh-huh.
And the old one is so 80s. It's like wildly, it's big hair, the shirt's open. It's super 80s. But now we're back in the 80s. Because when I feel like in the 90s, we had like a 60s reboot kind of thing.
Right.
And now it's 80s, which is so weird to live through a time that's now like the throwback old days.
Right. Yeah, it's like nostalgia.
Yeah.
Plus, people in their 40s are the ones purchasing stuff. So
I
they
guess
want to
so.
appease us people in their 40s and 50s. We still go to the movies and buy the movies.
Yeah.
The kids watch TikTok.
Right.
So they got to do stuff for us,
I know.
I guess.
But I think kids are buying. They went to Barbie.
Yeah, I guess so.
But Barbie's old.
That's right. Well, Barbie's from like the 40s.
So is Oppenheimer. That's from the 40s, too.
Point.
A
By
lot
the way,
of 40s.
took a workout class. I'm changing my whole life, my whole approach to everything. Karen Feehan really inspired me. She goes to all these workout classes.
Oh,
By the way,
really?
she has a member. You think I'm crazy with the money? She has a membership at Equinox and Lifetime.
What's the women's channel?
No, the gym. You know, Lifetime
I didn't know
Fitness.
Lifetime. Oh, Anytime?
No, and Anytime sucks. Lifetime.
There's
You seen
Planet.
Lifetime Fitness?
I've seen Lifetime. Anytime.
Pull up
and
the
Planet.
logo to Lifetime Fitness.
Maybe
You've
I
seen
have
it. It's in
seen
New
it.
York. It's like Equinox. It's
Oh,
huge.
okay.
She's got both. They're both like $400 a month. It's crazy.
What?
She chooses from one or the other. I gotta get wealthy.
Well, she's got to cool it, too, because those feet are going to raise it eventually. Like, she can't live on those hoofs forever. I'm just saying, like, she's flying a little close to the sun with these quadrupeds.
Well, you make enough money, you save it, you invest it, and she makes plenty of money doing comedy too. I think. Yeah. See, look at that. Lifetime.
I've seen
Lifetime
that.
Fitness. It's
Okay.
everywhere. Yeah.
By the way, if you're a foot guy, shouldn't you be a...
Why are you pointing at me? I'm not a foot guy.
Oh.
No foot.
Okay, if you're a foot guy, shouldn't you be a pedophile? Ped? A file. You love feet.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Oh,
Latin...
the term should be pedophile.
The term.
I see. Because the way you phrased it, you're like, I thought you were saying, shouldn't you be into having sex with kids?
No. Maybe kids'
Because I
feet.
couldn't quite understand the equivalency. It should be called a pedophile.
Because it's a podiatrist for the foot.
Right. And you get a
A pedicure.
pedicure.
Which is a good name for to fix a pedophile, a pedicure.
Exactly. You get your toenails painted, you won't want to fuck kids anymore. See, now we're off on a bit.
Now we have a bit. But
There's
yeah,
something.
pedophile. Just saying.
Pedestrian.
Aha.
Pedal bike.
There you go.
But anyway, she goes and does all the workout classes. Now, I never thought about this. So Equinox, where I go, they have classes that are free.
Oh.
But I never think to take them because you got to meet a person.
Yeah,
You got to go in and
Sign
go,
up.
hi. You have to sign up.
And no, thank you.
And you have to find out what the class is. And it's all fear, Jerry. I don't want to do anything I haven't done before. You're like,
Yes.
what do I got to do? And then what if I can't do a pose? You're always
Right.
afraid you're going to have a dumbbell up over your head. And they're like, what are you doing?
I know.
You fucking idiot.
The unknown.
Or it's like, it's all women and I'm the only guy and they all come in my face, reverse bukkake, whatever.
Now that's a class.
But she's like, no, you got to do the classes because it's like someone training you. And I have no self-discipline. I go in there, I do 12 curls. I'm like, I got to go do back and the guy's on the machine. So I'm like, I'll just go steam.
Yeah.
So I do that. I'm getting nothing out of it. But she had a great point because she's like, if you go to Orange Theory or whatever class, it's like $40 a class.
Now
So
you
she's
got to
like,
do it.
You're paying $300 a month for the gym. If you go to 8 classes times whatever math, now you're making money.
Aha.
So I got all jacked up and I said, you got me. I'm going to a class. So I signed up for a class, Core Strength,
Oh, boy.
with Alyssa as the teacher.
That sounds all right.
I go in there and it's a big. By the way, you know me. I'm like 25 minutes early. I come in with like Beavis and Butthead shorts. So I'm like, I'm here for the core strength, and she's
Right.
like, okay, well you're a little early. You look retarded.
Yeah.
She's like, you can just sit here, and I'm just like sitting there. It's just me and her. She's like setting up. She has a little headset thing.
Oh, Madonna.
And then it's just woman after woman. It's all women.
Yes,
it's
yes.
all pipes, 2 gay men. And we do the workout, and I guess I could do this as a bit. I should. Where it's like, you work out on your own, and then you go to a class, and you can't move for 4 days. You're like, well, clearly I'm not
Yes.
working out.
Good point.
I couldn't. My stomach core is still killing me. I
Really?
can't sit down. I go to sit down. I have to just fall. I have no core. I'm like,
Wow.
because I stretched. We had a medicine ball, and you lift it over your head, and then you go up and under the legs like this.
Oh, that's
I'm
just
doing
brutal.
these and going like this. And then another one, you have a block where you're pinching the block like this, and then doing this shit.
Oh, what a nightmare.
I'm doing that. And then there was some dumbbell shit.
Wow,
and
good for you for doing this.
I'm like, I got to go back, but I couldn't move for like 3 days.
You know what you are? You're hardcore.
I'm hardcore, baby. Well,
You
we were
get
doing
it?
all kinds of squats. It was really something else. So I'm a workout class guy now.
Wow, good for you. I think you got a point there because if you do it, you're not going to push it. Alyssa with the headset, this dirty core, she's going to push it.
Well, I've always been like this because I ran cross country in high school, and then they'd be like, all right, here's your summer running assignments. It's illegal from the rules of the sport. You can't have practices all summer. You can't make kids practice. So they're like, all right, I want everyone running 8 miles a day. I'm like, you got it. And I would show up day one, be like, I didn't run once.
Yeah.
I can't self-discipline.
It's hard, Jerry.
It's not good. I'll do push-ups, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing,
You're doing them on your terms.
60 push-ups, and I'm like, that was something.
Yeah, I got the heart going.
And you get older, you get fat, you eat a donut a day, the menopause goes down, or whatever that's called.
Yes, metabolism.
Metabolism, yes.
Yes,
That's how
yes.
they say it in England.
Zuckerberg.
But how do you feel about him sitting ringside and coming down with the guy?
It's a little. He's like a Make-A-Wish. Like let these people have their thing. You run your little online stuff. It's a different world. He's like, I like it. They're my heroes.
It's
That doesn't
so
matter.
wacky looking. He's just with a fucking Russian fighter. And he's
I
like,
know. It's all very strange. I think he's just a big dweeb, and we got to rub his little tussle his hair and let him fuck his Asian wife.
it's just crazy. I guess you make enough money, you can just be like, all right, you come to the ring with me. I don't know.
I don't know why the guy allowed it. Maybe he's like, I want a free Facebook membership or whatever.
But is he funding it? Because you need like sponsors as a fighter?
I don't think so. No, I think he's just like, I want to be part of it. It's like a kid at a baseball game with cancer.
Crazy. It's amazing what wealth can get you.
Wealth and fame.
Pussy and a ringside seat.
I'll tell you, I was at the Rangers game, and I'm not the biggest Rangers fan, but I had to be on the jumbo, so I had to go to the game. There's like Real Housewives in New York, like, whoa, when do they fight? When are they going to fight? And the other guy was like, shh, and we all hated her. And she's like, woo, what's his name? Glokovic? Glokovic, whoa, he's so cute. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. But she was rich and famous, so they threw her in there.
You guys gotta. That's how I see you. You gotta get me in there. You don't like basketball and hockey? Get me over there.
All
Come
right,
on,
let's
bring
go.
me in.
I'll bring you in.
I texted Sam. By the way,
Coach.
text has no humor. There's no. I texted Sam. I was like, "Oh, you got Norman at the basketball game? This guy doesn't know a free throw line from a cocaine line. You got to get me in there." And he wrote, "Okay." And I was like, jeez.
Ooh, that hurts.
I was like, because you realize I'm saying it like this. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? You got Norman? Get me over there.
There's no inflection.
And then he takes it like I'm like, hey, enough already. Bring me. So I feel like I got to call him. I'm like, I was just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, there's no, I know it's
tone. Tone is tough with text. Because I've had this before.
Tone.
I didn't care for that.
Dial tone.
Tone bell. I've had this before, too, where
Acetone.
I'll be with someone who's reading a text from someone else in a way that I'm like, are you sure it's meant that way?
Yes.
They're like, look at this.
Yes.
What time are you getting here?
Right.
What the fuck? Like, I'm late every time?
Yeah.
You think I'm late, you fucking piece of shit? And I'm like, I think they might just be saying, what time are you getting here?
Yes, exactly.
That's what's tough with text.
I think ladies do. My gal will do that. She's like, can you believe the way he talks to me? I'm like, he said hello.
But I've had that with messages, too, where someone posts a photo of themselves shirtless, and I'm like, yuck. And they're like, let's see you shirtless. And I'm like, oh, no, I was being like...
It's ironic.
Yes, it was ironic. You're so attractive that I was saying yuck.
Yes. I had that with Fatty. I only call not fat. I wouldn't go up to Ralphie May and go, hey, what's shaking, Fatty? I do it to thin people, and Ari was like, what the fuck's that? I'm like, you're tall, string bean, 6'2", Jew face.
Right.
But he was like, oh, I thought you were calling me fat. I'm like, no, you're not fat.
Yeah, tone is tough.
Tone.
Well, I've had this before, too. I've been doing this bit since
Tony Awards.
1985. I've had this a few times where I've been doing it since high school, where someone leaves that you're friendly with, you love them, you're like, all right, nice to see you. All right, give me a call, and then we'll get together Monday, and then Tuesday we're going to Florida together.
Yeah.
And then when they leave the room, you go, what a fucking piece of shit. I've had that.
So
where
they
the
can
person,
hear it.
No, you say it to this person.
Oh, I see.
Clearly saying, like, we're obviously friends. That's the joke.
Right.
But I've had it where that person pops back in, and then you're like, what a fucking piece of shit. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, no, that's the joke.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I've had that happen twice.
Twice?
Yes. And they're like, piece of shit. And I'm like, no, it's a bit. And then they don't believe that it's a bit.
Of course,
And then you have to be
of
like this.
course.
No, this is a bit I've been doing my whole life.
Oh, I got to hear who that was later.
It's happened a couple times, and it almost happened at Mothership, where I was like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. And then they leave, and you're like, they come back, but you're like, I don't think they heard that.
Oh, my Lord.
But, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that where you're like, no, I was joking. It was all meant in jest, and the whole point of the joke is that you're not that thing. But that's hard for people to grasp.
Exactly.
So,
anyways, we got to wrap it up.
oh,
right?
do we?
Ish. It takes us a while to wrap up.
Yeah, we'd like a slow wrap. What do you got on the books?
My God, I got so much stuff. I never remember what to say. Let me look at my book.
Look at the book. I'll fill. I got I'm all pipes. I added another show in Boston.
Hey, when are you in Boston?
Like June or something. It's gonna be a ways.
All right.
I'm at the Connecticut, New Haven, College Street Music Hall, one of those places. Coming to L.A. We might be working on something in L.A. I don't want to throw it out there. Okay, I'm doing.
Just saying, cut it. I'll be. I'm gonna make a different. I'm changing my trip. So.
All right. I'm on Pia. I'm doing the Dr. Phil thing in L.A. with Adam Ray. We'll be right back. And let's see, going to the Paramount in Austin. That might have already happened. I'm going off memory here. Fort Myers, Florida. Phoenix, Tucson. Tacoma. Seattle. More theater. But
Hey, the more.
love the more.
Told you.
That's Amore. And El Paso. And
Migrants.
Tennessee, Chattanooga. And Memphis.
Tennessee.
Oklahoma City, maybe. One of
Oklahoma.
those. There you go.
All right. May 2nd, of course, Regent Theater, Los Angeles, La La Land. That one's going to be rough. Please
Cookville.
come. Cookville. It's not going to be pretty. May 4th, that's Saturday, will be the premiere of this new short film. Here's the screenplay. Come see it.
Clean
Sam,
shaven, folks. Cover the bottom half of the screen.
wear 3D glasses. It's not going to be pretty. But, yeah, that'll be Sam Rubinoff's film. I might have a film in there myself. May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Suck my ass.
Philly as well.
Gramercy Theatre tomorrow.
Yes.
Mark and I will be there. Good Nights, Raleigh, March 14th through the 16th. Pittsburgh Improv, March 28th through the 30th. No, you can't come to that. It's a private gig. Burlington, Vermont, April 12th. April 14th is the Holbrook Firefighter Benefit in Plymouth. That's fun. That's going to be a fun group of people.
You got that right.
Come out to that. Legendary show at this point. Buffalo Helium, April 25th to the 27th. Indianapolis Helium, May 9th to the 11th. St. Louis Funny Bone, I haven't been there in years, May 16th through the 18th. And Wise Guys, Salt Lake City, June 7th and 8th. And a whole bunch of fun stuff. Check out Mindful Metal Jacket. We had Sam Harris on, which is crazy. Dream guest, biggest guest ever. He was fun. I referenced Tuesdays with Stories, which was funny. So check that out. Mindful Metal Jacket. Subscribe. Doing some fun stuff on there. Colin Quinn's been on, and Sam Harris was on.
Wow. Come on, folks.
Check it out.
a big get.
And Chuckles, where you at, dog?
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable, with Ray Harrington and Brad Rohr. It's funbearablepod.com. I don't know what's coming out this week, but we just did a live show at this point with Doug Key and our buddy James Firth, and we'll be releasing videos from the live show. It's going to be really fun. I think we're going to get someone from the audience and do like a live dating game. Like improv.
Fun.
Yeah, like real, with stuff that we wrote each other that we have to force each other to say on stage.
Oh, that's fun.
And Doug's going to be the host. So that's going to come out on the Fun Bearable YouTube page soon.
Doug's a good host. He's a
great.
host.
He's
looks.
good.
And then, of course, don't forget the Patreon. We're doing crazy things over there. We did the Road to Grove 34. We got
Yes.
4 episodes out of that. We're doing stuff on stage. We're doing stuff at the diner. We're walking over. And we do a 30-minute bonus every week right here. We did Q&A last week, Q&A. And sometimes we're just riffing, plus the video, plus all the live eps. There's a ton of shit on there.
You got that right. Best Patreon, most wacky shit. We got videos, we got extra pods, we got all kinds of stuff, live eps. So, yeah, versatile, variety, vagina. Thank you, folks. See you in hell.